Hello, 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 everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back. We're going to be finishing up the last part of chapter 8 in Saint Germain, Earth's Birth Changes, channeled through Azina Ramanda. So let's go ahead and get started. And I think after chapter 8, we only have one chapter left, and that chapter is going to consist mostly of questions and answers, which I really enjoy. So let's go ahead and we're just going to wrap this up. And actually, I think I said chapter or part 3, but this is actually part 4. I thought there were only 3 parts to this, and then I found this sneaky little one down here to wrap us up for the rest of this chapter here. All right, so part 4, I believe it is. I feel like I'm missing something. Either that or they numbered it wrong. Yeah, okay. Well, let's go ahead and just get started with the last part of this chapter. Greetings, my beloveds. How did you sup? I think where we left off was he was leaving them to have a meal, and now they're returning. Okay. You have calmed the beast within your belly. The sharing and breaking of bread is honoring one another in every encounter. For in every encounter, you will be experiencing a communion of consciousness. You will not view your brothers as though they were side dishes you have not ordered. You know, you consider some of your brothers as wise and some as otherwise. And the audience chuckles here. The laughter bouncing of your belly allows indeed the resonance of the heart seal, your heart chakra, to open and flower and bloom into new brilliance and lightheartedness in the communion with humanity. Laughter is a grand aligner, a grand healer and harmonizer of life. It is of grand medicinal value, to be sure. Now, the polarities of life, of humanity, the polarities of masculine, feminine, of positive, negative, of the God I am and God I am in opposite reflections of one another, is coming forth to unite its consciousness within you, to birth divinity. The female is symbolized in the past eras of time by the serpent, and the male masculine energy, power sourceness, is symbolized by a sword. And the serpent, encircling and embracing, caressing the sword, has been given forth as a symbol of healing in the field of medicine. You may gaze into your auric field with an electronic microscope, and through the facilitation of new technology that they have of your now, that is Kirlian photography, so Kirlian, and find indeed serpent-like formations within your auric field. Encased within it, embraced within it, is a particum of light that is surrounding, that is caressing. So you have this very symbol of healing within your very auric field. It is for you to be the physician, the healer. Physician, heal thyself indeed. It is manifest within the light forms, within the particums of your energy field around your embodiment. As the light particums become aligned and empowered, others that flow into your energy field will also be healed and harmonized. Now, the electromagnetic ley lines upon your plane are likened unto the bone structure within your body. Do you know this phrase you call feeling it in your bones? It is becoming aligned and aware of what is in the electromagnetic ley lines of your planet. So our bone structure is becoming aligned and aware. It is feeling Earth's energy. It is coursing the marrow of your bones and enhancing your neurons, enhancing the neurological perception throughout the structure of your body. So indeed, as the shifting occurs and the birthing begins to occur electromagnetically, the ley lines will shift, and so will the structure of your body. So will your bones begin to shift, because you will be more pivotal, and you will begin to be more pliable, functioning in more than one position at a time. The neurological system will begin to enhance its awareness and create indeed other axioms for the perception of the unobvious, the non-physical. Sorry, I have a hair that's coming at me. When you feel and understand the harmony and the power of this shifting, you will begin to create within yourself an awareness, a tingling to the touch, a feeling in your solar plexus that you know something. That is called a gut feeling. You may indeed align all these awarenesses into one moment of perception through your third eye and have the vision of what it is that you are perceiving. of what it is that you are feeling and experiencing. There is a term you call geomancy. You may have a map of the world and have it upside down, facing downward. Place your left hand across it, gently float across the map or chart of the earth, and place the right hand upon your solar plexus and close your eyes. Now sense and feel the tingling of certain points and place a mark upon the backside of the map. Perceive the electromagnetic energy that is racing through this planet. You will find, much to your surprise, that there will be a seismic activity in these areas, for you will be feeling it in your bones. You will be predicting, you will be prophesizing, because you will be aware of what Mother Earth is experiencing as she begins to shift her plates to allow the birth to occur. Now, volcanic activity is the fire energy to be aligned in harmony with the atmosphere and to warm the planet, and to enhance the energy field around this planet by its electrons. But you too can receive the energy. It does not have to flow forth in this fashion. You too may receive the energy that Earth desires to emit. Stand with bare feet on the sod upon the grass of the earth. Raise your arms with the palms upward and feel the energy flow through your feet, through your solar plexus, through your heart, through your crown, very likened unto a volcano. As you do thusly, it enhances your own power, for it flows through the seals of you and concurrently emits a vibrant golden light, an illumination of laser-like quality, and connects all the other bodies of humanity in this fashion with this power. It spews not only upward, it will be spewing laterally as well. Understand that Earth, in her nature of gently caressing you, will bring forth sweetness unto your life. It is not all sour and acid in these transitions. There is nectar quality in it. There was an entity by the name of John Glenn. He was an American astronaut. About 20 years ago or so in your time, he connected with the stratosphere and brought forth his presence within the deepness of space. But alas, around him he was viewing and envisioning speckles and glimmering light, photons of energy. For indeed, photons are the first manifested form of love light, as it is born forth from the grand sun, the grand center of the solar system. It indeed allows the piercing and penetration of the auric field of the planet. It is likened unto sperm, and the planet is likened unto an ovum, and a conception occurs to create sunlight. As its receptivity is perceived, the inflow of the photons come forth, and therefore you perceive light. It is love born and conceived of Christus, illumination, unfolding perception. So indeed, as you receive these photons of energy, you may capacitate yourself into photosynthesis, generating the greenery of your life, allowing growth to occur and unfoldment, spewing forth newness, a birthing, regeneration of different interdimensional perception. As you create the awareness of receptivity of different flows and manifestations of energy, you will also, through your consciousness that is not perceptible by you, your superconsciousness, allow all the other entities of humanity to create this expression as well. Ye indeed, even the entities you call trees. The rainforests will begin to regrow in abundance. Your scientists will scratch their heads and wonder how all this came about. Indeed, they will begin to investigate. They will begin to do research how it was that this lushness of life spewed forth in an apparent desert. In the same manner, you may experience abundance to flow into your own life, into the desert of your soul, the abundance of love light. The photon is the particum of light that holds and capacitates the energy of God I Am, the energy of the all that is, limitless love. You may conceive in your receptivity, through the penetration of your auric field, the energy of all that is, of all your brothers. Your enemies, that is what you call them. They are really a projection of what you judge in yourself. Allow all that you had previously judged to be converted, transmuted, transformed into positive energy. You know, the possibility and potential for utter destruction, for dire circumstance of incomprehensible magnitude, indeed, the opposite polarity of it is unlimited potential of your life, not destruction, but regeneration. It too abides within the same potential if you desire to resonate unto it. So allow yourself to create the unfoldment and awareness wherein freedom abides. Make it your choice so that every thought you emanate each moment is pregnant with opportunity to conceive newness and regeneration. It is also pregnant with the possibility to conceive abortive circumstance, that is, destructive and non-generative energy. Embrace either, for both are wondrous. All the possibilities during the transition of your life are options, equally applying for the job. Resonate to what you really desire of your heart. Understand the crystalline clarity of your own consciousness. Do you know what the crystal within the earth is? It is the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, the Christ all within the earth. It creates the electromagnetic ley lines of the planet to birth the outward awareness of Christus on the plane. As you remove crystal from the earth, you are removing parts of her generative force of life. Allowing it to remain, allowing it to abide, will enable her to be harmoniously in the flow without the pain of the ripping and rending of her innards. That's quite interesting. You also do this with fossil fuels. Do you understand of which I speak? It is called petroleum. However, petroleum is becoming obsolete. The creation of new methods of transport and healing is based on crystal, is Christ all. It represents the same thing in the mineral kingdom that you represent in the form of humanity. Mankind is a living, breathing crystal. Every atom, every cell of this embodiment resonates and vibrates to the knowingness that it too is a crystal. It too contains the very facet, the nature of the mineral. As you create awareness of newness within these cells, they are exploding into and becoming supernova. They are indeed receiving the photon energy of the grand central sun of all that is. Also, your embodiment is shifting and changing from copper and carbon-based to silicon, diamond-based. Your body is becoming enhanced to create the receptivity of the light. Therefore, a shifting of your foodstuffs will occur. As you embrace the photons of the sun of your solar system, they will sustain you, rather than foodstuffs. It will create the energy flow through your body, and you will not require the mechanism of foodstuffs, of vegetation at all. Therefore, your body will become lighter and less dense. The organs themselves will shift and change and grow into newness and different nature. They themselves will be crystal and etheric in nature and reflective of the spectrum of light you call rainbow. They themselves will manifest a combustion machinery of energy. Rather than through foodstuffs or petroleum, it is the same, for the transport systems are exactly at the same birthing stage as your embodiment. However, the auto machine feeds on petroleum and your body machine feeds on foodstuffs. You sup. And so when you sit at the table, you will have the grand opportunity to clink your chalices together and share a glass of wine or water or any manner of liquid, for it will enhance the sustenance of light to flow through the tissues. And from water or any manner of liquid, you progress to a breatharian to sustain your embodiment simply with your breath, through partaking of the ions and the anions within the atmosphere. So AN-IONS. So this will occur across the course of the next 500 years of your time. You have much to anticipate. The carbon within your embodiment and within the embodiment of the earth plane is transmuting itself. Carbon-based dating systems are becoming obsolete. For those who have been before on this planet, who colonized it to create humanity here in the first place through star seeding, were not carbon-based at all. They were silica-based. So the present technology of carbon-based dating has not understood how to date. It will shift into a different understanding. It will gain access to that crystal, silica consciousness. And in doing thusly, archaeology will understand the present through silica-based dating procedures. So bless the sciences that desire to know and understand the past, for it allows the understanding of the future and of the present. Archaeology can be very much likened to the peeping Tom among the sciences, peeking into the past to peer into the mystery of it all, becoming excited because they are perceiving the mystery of the now. As they unveil it to themselves, each one of you will also unveil different awarenesses unto yourself. As you begin to experience yourself to be unlimited, you will begin to have the option consciously of how you will respond to it, how you will embrace it, how you will love it. To love or not to love, that is the question. And all that is spoken here this day of your time is to be set into motion only through your own understanding. It is to be set into motion through the desire of yourself to create a more unlimited panache of options for yourself, to bring non-focus into focus. Figure that one out. But that is indeed what it is, the paradoxical nature of life brought into the now. In participating with the earth changes, you will also participate with the creation of discordant energy of the ionosphere, the stratosphere, which you have called in the past toxins. It is also created within your embodiment. You are excreting within your very embodiment what has been judged of the past that has created the ridges and the dispersals of consciousness within your present awareness. And all of it is to come forth in its congested murkiness. Allow it to become clarified. That is what is occurring with the atmosphere and the waters of the planet. All the emotions of all the past, of eons and eons and eons of history, are coagulating into the consciousness of the planet. Therefore, as you clarify and allow the flow, the channel of you, to open and receive purifying thought, it will clarify the atmosphere and the waters of the earth. Through thought and through resonance of the thought that you are the very beingness of yourself. You are pureness, pure thought realized. The earth is this pure thought transferred. The earth is no more than you in the future. You yourself will become a blazing planet, a grand central sun of your very own consciousness, millennia in your future. Terra, at one time millennia ago, was a consciousness such as you, unfolding in other dimensions. And as there was perception of more and more focus of energy into the creation of the now, then indeed it began to be more and more expansive, and her consciousness brought forth its appearance as the body you now call Terra. You too shall be a planet in another solar system, in a galaxy far, far away. Indeed, you too shall become your own solar system in your future. The smashing of the atoms is aborting future universes, for each atom evolves into a more unfolded particum of consciousness, yet to be understood as a physical body called humanity, in eons of time to come. An unfoldment of consciousness is a forever, forever, forever continuance. It never stops, it never ceases, even when the solar system is completely ascended into the seventh dimension. There are still galaxies and indeed universal, multiversal understandings that are just being born into physicality. So when you fret and frustrate yourself because your brother does not understand this that you call New Age chitter-chatter and paraphernalia, do not fret about it, beloved. There are eons of time for him to create the opportunity to embrace it, and in his own ripeness of time, he shall harvest the awareness. Know that all has its own season and timing. Regarding your foodstuffs, you may create the desire for non-toxic vegetation. However, know that whatever you partake of, if you are in alignment yourself, you enhance it, you align it. You create awareness within it, you enlighten it. So fret not and fear not what you take in, for it is clarified through an aligned consciousness. That is how indeed healing occurs of what you call terminal diseases. The recreation and transmutation occurs spontaneously within the body to regenerate that which was not at easement, that which was considered toxic. So you too can experience this. When you create alignment and appeasement unto another, create not enslavement to expectation by trying to please another. Desire not to please others, desire to be pleasant to others. There is a difference. Expand and grow in whatever fashion you feel, as though your heart is taking you and the awareness enhances itself. It is going forth in a spiral, in an accelerated fashion, in whatever direction you allow it to go. You will experience an acceleration of this coagulation in your life. It will come unto you faster and faster and faster. The vortex called you is beginning to rotate in a much more accelerated fashion. Do you know why? Because you are creating less time. You are bringing more and more of your life stream into your now, creating less future, less time. As these vortices create the spinning, the reflection of the photons, the light energy of the all that is born into physical perception. In other words, your auric field is becoming enhanced, not only growing wider, but growing more brilliant. Wider, not whiter, wide. You will feel a thickening of the energy around you. It is because you are bringing more and more of your energy unto you, and you will begin to acclimate to this and flow through it with more and more ease. But in the beginning, you may experience a bit of what you call sluggishness. You will feel as though you are being heavied, that you have a weight upon you, that you are in a forgotten fog somewhere and you do not know exactly where you are, and you will feel a bit disoriented. Does this sound familiar to anyone? But as you see beyond the obvious, remember to be gently agile within it. Embrace this energy field, this ocean of energy that you are within, and swim within it, very likened unto the dolphin consciousness. They swim within an energy sea in their consciousness. Emotion is energy in motion, God energy in motion. The dolphins, too, have grand emotion. They open their heart seals to the rest of humanity. Allow them, too, to perceive that which they be, the dancing delights and nymphs of the ocean, called God I Am. The whales, they swim with facility and power and agility within the sea of emotion, called God I Am Awareness, unlimited love. They are the sorcerers and the samurais of the sea. They are here to reflect unto you what you too have desired to be, so that they may assist you into the gentle birthing of this being. Be yourself the sorcerers and the samurais of humanity. Merge into the awareness of embracing and transmuting the warriors of life into the wearers of wisdom. Cloak yourself with this knowing. It is encountering you at every corner. Play with it. Be lighthearted and buoyant about it. Enlightenment and gaining understanding is not a heavy occupation. It only comes unto you with the consciousness of play, and the grand play pen is earth. So embrace it and your brethren, and you too will come to know the ocean of emotion called God. Now, there is much talk about earth changes, the grand quakes and tremors and all the dire circumstances that are giving forth, and the walls of water. You do not have to create it this way. There will be a bit of shifting of the coastlines and the plate tectonics. The geodesic understanding of the inner domes of the inner earth will shift, for that is also what is occurring. The inner earth is also shifting and quaking and tremoring, but it need not be of dire calamity. The crystal will assist you, but not the crystal in mineral form, the crystal of your own consciousness within the pineal gland. The crystal is but a tool. The diamond is you. You are the jewel. Allow yourself the hope of the dream of your tomorrow. Allow it to be here with you now. Embrace it heartily. You will begin to understand the acceleration of the future into your now, of all that is. In other words, the inner earth will spew forth unto you. Your galactic brothers above you will come unto you, and you will be embraced in one beauteous and brilliant diamond-like moment of awareness. But you must know that it is now, not will be, not 20 years hence or 50 years hence, but now. Participate with your dreams. Understand that the unreality is the reality, and the reality is the unreality. View each in the essence of non-judgment. Be like the child in its innocent awareness as it gazes forth from luminous eyes in awe and in wonderment of life, without embarrassment as it embraces without judgment, understands without finding fault, laughs without reason. It too is your mirror. It too lives within you. Mother Earth is perceiving a grand birthing, but desire not to cease the labor, for you are the child within the womb being born. So give forth love unto these contractions. Give forth gentleness unto the spirit of the birth and the waters as they wash through you and over you, and embrace you into the new awareness. God is doing a thesis, and you are the notebook. And I tell you, the brothers of the unseen are delighted to watch the drama that you create before them. Before them. You definitely keep us entertained. No one could ever say that you are dim bulbs. Light, color, and sound is triangulating, even in this room. The resonance is beauteous. Hear the sounds beyond the silence. When you are alone in the high tide of evening, listen to your own heartbeat. Hear the ringing in your ears. Hear the whipping of the wind through your lungs. Hear the sounds of the creation of life. For in this song, you will understand a symphony, and the symphony is the creation of every note, harmonious in tone, brought forth to resonate with every other note. The new octave that is born into your awareness is superconsciousness. As you transmute yourself from one set of octaves into another, you will be transcending the dimension of physicality, of that which you hear, and open unto yourself all the 52 sensory perceptions. You will understand telepathy and a vision not of your eyes, but beyond physicality. You will understand feeling, clairsentium, clairaudience, and clairvoyance. You will be the psychics reborn, the sorcerers, the soothsayers, the prophets, all reborn. The rebirthing is simply the allowance of embracing the veil of non-remembrance into remembrance. You are like a drop of energy in an ocean of emotion of all that is. And you place a barrier around you, a barrier of limitation, so that your uniqueness does not leak out into the ocean of all that is. You are afraid you will lose your identity, and the skin that surrounds you is this veil of non-remembrance. All that is required, my beloveds, is to relax the skin and allow the flow to occur, understanding that you retain your flavor of uniqueness, while at the same time you blend with the forevermore. That indeed will allow you to perceive through all the senses. The Renaissance is indeed yet occurring again upon your plane. In your history, during the time of the Renaissance, did you know that they did not have dyes to create brilliance of color? Because of the collective consciousness of the earth. In your time now, you perceive brilliance of color and hue, spontaneity of tone. Understand that further brilliance is created. You will see ultraviolet and ultra scarlet and ultra emerald, and brilliance personified in the fourth density and above, for it will all be imperceptible to those in third density consciousness. Now, there is something I wish you to understand. The creation of the third density consciousness remains and abides, even though you transcend into unlimitedness or superconsciousness. But indeed, you will have facility to participate with all other dimensions as well as the third. So it is not that you will be going forth from physicality never to experience it again. You indeed shall, if you desire to. But it is that you will have access to interdimensional realities which you do not perceive now. And you will have the option to know what you think you do not know, but what you really do know already. Oh, man. You are quite precious, quite cherished. All that is loves you in an unlimited capacity, and it desires you to love yourself in the same fashion. So open your heart to receive yourself, to conceive yourself into newness. There is a resonance of urgent anticipation in this room. It is like Christmas. You are all abiding, for there is this grand package beneath the tree that you are just so excited to open. But you do not know exactly how to open it. And you turn it over and you gaze upon the beauty of the ribbon and the bow and the paper that wraps around it, and you are perplexed because there seems to be no end to the bow. There seems to be no end to the paper, and you do not know how to get into it. But you hear this rattle in there, and you understand that there is something in there that you want, and your curiosity carries you into piercing the package. I will tell you, beloveds, you all desire for joy and knowing to be prepackaged and to be picked up at the counter of a drive-in store. But the store is self-service, and it comes in an infinite variety of packages, all color and hue indeed, all consciousness. For it may be the tender leaf that curls itself timidly in the caresses of the breeze. Or it may be like a woman who gingerly walks through the meadow, and as she caresses the air into the love born of her breast, she sees the light. It comes forth in the newness of dawn, the rosy hues and amber waves of the grain and grasses of the sleeping valley, and the hushness becomes a beauteous symphony, piercing the horizon with a stream of light. Freedom indeed is born from the breast of this woman, and she begins to sprout wings and allows herself to hover in the awareness of this awesome power potential of life. It is potential, and it is experience in the same moment. It is capturing the essence of life. It is indeed understanding God. All of these energies that bring forth this capacity in your life, that create their awareness within your life, you pass by as though it were a piece of litter upon your pathway. You do not see it. You do not perceive its beauteous brilliance. You merely see it as, oh, yeah, I see. But you may kneel in awesome honor even before an inanimate object. What do you call it? A chair? Kneel in awesome love, for that too is consciousness. Else the atoms would not be held together. Become the chair, become the throne, the seat of life, and you will indeed be seated upon the throne of your own knowing. Expand the ceiling of limitation into forever. There are no skins upon this plane. There is only the illusion of uniqueness born into separation. Uniqueness may abide in merging with all that is. It is coexistence and non-existence at the same moment. Give yourself the gift of now. Relax and enjoy the present. That is meant both ways. The splendid dawn is coming unto you. Have you ever seen the rosy hills in the evening of time? There is the dawning of the dusk as well, not only of the morn. There is the dawning of all the seasons. There is the dawning of noon and of midnight. The hour of power is upon you. Kiss the tears of your brethren. It is like ambrosia, the nectar of the gods. Enrapture yourself with the wisdom that you are bringing to one another, and continue the sharing, one unto the other. Bureaucracy begins to shift and change through this sharing. You have upon your plane what you call income tax system, and it is quite a curiosity in that it takes more energy to complete the forms than it does to create the income in the first place. It too shall come into shifting and changing. It too may be borne forth harmoniously, and not with the overthrow of government, but with the gentle ceasing of strict regulation. It will indeed be released, but it need not be released through judgment and pain and power struggle. It may be released because it is recognized that it is not necessary. God does not desire to be governed. The structure of your body, as it changes and shifts, will begin to receive the polarities of masculine and feminine and integrate it within you. Interweave it in the fabric of your being. If there is anything out of balance, you will become very, very aware of it. Embrace it however you wish. You may judge that which you fear for separating yourself from yourself, capital, all in caps. Or you may embrace it into a harmonious blend. and allow the serpent and the sword to intertwine. Let the healing occur. The herbs that you will participate with in your time to come will be no more than a resonance of what is already within the spectrum of you, and you may change and transmute any substance into an herb. Did you know this? So if you have the tea leaf, you may transmute it into any herb you desire simply by resonating to that particular frequency. You have the power to recreate everything. Every thought is a recreation of life. It's just a lot to take in. It really is. I know, yeah, I'm just going to not say anything because it's just a lot to take in. I'm going to leave that with you however you, it's just a lot. So yeah, we'll leave it right there. Okay. So we have one more chapter left after this. And as I said, it is broken up into a few different parts, but it's pretty much all questions and answers of all different things, all different subjects, very miscellaneous. They should have labeled this chapter miscellaneous, but it's just labeled second session. I have to say, I had this book on my shelf for a long time. And obviously, if I chose the book, I wanted to read it. And I've contemplated reading it a few times on this channel. But for some reason, this was not even the book that I had chosen initially. But for some reason, I just felt this was a good time to read this book. And I do feel, like with a lot of these books that I read, I do feel that the timing is correct for reading the book when I'm reading it. And I absolutely feel like the timing is correct for this book. I feel like I've said before, he could be speaking about something that's happened already, or something that is currently happening. And it's all kind of the same. I don't know if that came out in a way that made sense to you, but basically this book was written a long time ago. And even though he was speaking of things that was going to happen in the future, keeping in mind that we do bend things with our free will, so nothing is set in stone, I see a lot of this playing out. And I see maybe some of these things being perceived differently than the way I'm perceiving them. And that's totally okay. It's just a lot of information. And I actually find this to be a really beautiful book that's very involved, but in an easier to understand way. And I hope that you too are feeling that way as well. So yeah, we'll go ahead and stop right there. And then chapter 9, we'll probably break that up into maybe 3 videos as well, depending on how long the answers are to some of these questions. And, you know, we'll see what that looks like. But anyways, we're almost finished with this book. I've really, really enjoyed it. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it as well. I've really enjoyed sharing it with you all. So until next time, as always, please take care of yourself. Please take care of those around you. Hold so much love and so much light for everybody and for Mother Earth, who holds us and supports us. Let's just be the change that we want to see, and see if we can change the way that the cards will fall for us on this earth, what we can prevent and what we can hold the light for. Every little bit makes a difference. I'm a firm believer in that. If each one of us said, I'm only one person, I can't do anything, imagine all the things that would have never come about. So I certainly don't like to think small that way, because it's simply not true. We are so much more powerful than we ever realized. Archangel Michael once said that if each one of us realized how powerful we were, what a different world this would be overnight. I don't know how he meant that. That's just what he said, and that was it. But I do think he meant it, and it's like it would be absolutely different, and absolutely everything that we all actually want, and just go about in different ways to try to achieve, basically, because we all look at things differently and have our different ways of going about things. So anyways, I think more and more of us are realizing our potential and what we are capable of, be it for playing the good part in this life or the villain in this life, however it may be. So, all right. Well, I will see you guys again soon for chapter 9. Please like, please subscribe, please share. Definitely liking and commenting and subscribing gets my channel out there for more people to reach. I know that more and more people are searching for something more authentic. They're searching to understand more and moving away from some of the more surface stuff. And I've gotten so many new subscribers, and I'm so happy with that. I just hope that people are actually watching and not just subscribing. I love to, even if it's just a few people that actually watch my videos all the way through and really gain something, that's really all that matters. But I see more and more people searching for something. And when you share the video, it really helps me. When you comment, it really helps to get that out into other people's algorithms. Yeah, so if you would feel so inclined, I would really appreciate that. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for subscribing if you already have, for liking my videos, for commenting. I love you all, and I will see you all again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.